really just one or two people really decide how to whack up your tax dollars, but I know you
Yeah.
trust them. I know it's
Look,
tough.
I tell people, even though I go to these meetings all the time and I'm always pushing for new policy, I'm not into politics. I try to stay out of politics, but you can't completely stay out if you want to implement change. You have to understand it.
The people that are in politics are the ones
Yeah.
telling you, you don't want to get involved with this messy stuff. Why do they want to be
Mm.
involved with politics? But I have the answer to that. Why do they want to get into politics? Do they want to serve their constituency? Maybe a little bit, but what's their number one goal? They want to be able to decide how that money is spent. There's no taxpayer advocate in Margate right now. There is no Margate Taxpayers Association, is there, Sharon?
That's interesting that you said that, because I know one of your people that you like to watch is the mayor of Sea Isle. He's been the mayor a really long time. Matter of fact, before Zach and I moved to Margate, we lived in Pennsylvania, had a vacation home in Sea Isle for many years. My daughter still cries about us selling that house. Zach was the president of the Non-Resident Taxpayer Association, because like many shore communities, you have many people that pay taxes but are not represented in the vote.
Make sure that Mayor Collins realizes that it took him some time, but he did it. The point is, he finally got it done.
For the Zoom?
Yeah, that's a big deal. Out of all the things that taxpayers could benefit from, it's the ability to keep an eye on how decisions are being made. You would think that that's a no-brainer, especially the technology being so cheap these days. So Margate is off of that, my shit list, I guess, to be honest with you. But guess who is the reigning champion of shit list when it comes to municipal transparency? That would be our good friend Len Desiderio. He's the mayor of Sea Isle. He's also a big mahaf at the Cape May County commissioners. He likes that. You know when Sea Isle City likes to have their commission meetings, sure?
Oh my gosh, yes, you told me. 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. What? What? Who comes? Nobody.
Len Desiderio is now the king of non-transparency. And I want to send props to the Cape May County Herald. They've been tracking this kind of stuff and making people feel uncomfortable not being transparent. Oh, by the way, just one more non-transparent group that really has a huge impact on this area. That would be the CRDA. It's like pulling teeth trying to get video or audio. Everybody should be crying, saying, turn that camera on. So the CRDA is pretty non-transparent, even though they have a huge impact on this area. Whole towns along the shore, Avalon, Stone Harbor, all kinds of ratables poured in. I mean, house values going up by 50%, more tax dollars, assessments go up. And they still raise taxes by like 7% every single year. Salaries, yes. How about my favorite is longevity pay. Margate, sure, I just got to tell you, as a Margate taxpayer, I really look up to you how, like, you're just so kind, because with your taxpayer dollars, you're still giving out longevity pay to individuals in Margate. You are like just so sweet and loving.
Huh?
Are you telling me that one of the benefits of hiring you as a buyer's agent or a listing agent is that you know more than just, hey, it's a great place to hang out with the kids and go to the beach? And I thought that kind of stuff worked so well for the past 15 years in real estate marketing.
I do probably know more about the average, about construction. Like Zach and I used to, when we first got married, we would buy homes and do fix and flips. And guess who was managing the projects? Me. Guess who was managing the budget? Me. So I do think a lot about construction. I'm very practical and budget minded, and I'm an engineer, so my brain is wired a certain way. Even though I am doing sales and marketing, which is what a real estate professional does, and my business career in pharmaceuticals was in sales and marketing, I also think a lot about realistically in construction. And, you know, you're buying a house at the shore. you need to think about these things.
May I ask a question? What percentage of Margate officials, whether it's the commission or it's the planning board, what percentage of those individuals are well versed in this topic of runoff, drainage, pervious, permeable, lot coverage? What percentage really know how to talk clearly about these issues?
I think they depend on our city engineer at Dennis to advise them on these things.
That it's a small percentage of people inside City Hall that really are fluent in this topic. And tonight, when you walk up during public comment at the Margate Commission meeting, first words out of your mouth are going to be
green infrastructure. What? Permeable pavers. What are we doing? Where's our plan?
There's runoff everywhere because we're paving over everything. I try to help. Even though I don't live in Margate, I want to donate my time and expertise to Margate. Because listen, realtors, we hope that other real estate agents steal our awesome ideas. We want them to borrow or steal or be influenced by our ideas of marketing real estate and talk about topics that are really important because, sure?
Yeah.
The real estate bull market down the shore, especially in Margate, has slowed. It's over. It's a different type of a market. The bull market where you kind of just, they put it on the market and somebody bought it and somebody, overpaid by $100,000 or $500,000 or whatever. The FOMO, the fear of missing out. But I do think now's the time to really, you have to hire somebody in the real estate space that knows and can sniff out issues, especially flooding and lack of setback.
We did speak about the 6 new townhomes on Washington Avenue a couple of weeks ago. Great project. Mitchell Davis, fantastic builder, quality builder, who does a lot of really, really big developments. So, and actually, when you do a big development, you have to actually have a place for drainage. I will give Pinky a call. Yes, hopefully Pinky appreciates us helping to promote some of their great listings, their great projects. I still remember when you walked into my office and you were trying to sell me this concept of like doing podcasts and online media. And I said, you don't have to sell me, because I used to own a website called Shorebreeze, and I was actually selling banner ads to realtors before I was a realtor, selling internet advertising.
Okay, let's make this very clear. Any realtor, any person, a home seller, an individual, or a broker, we'd love to help you. We can put eyes and ears on your properties. Why wouldn't you want to have your property that you're trying to sell, that maybe you're the listing agent, maybe you're the actual home owner, you're trying to sell this thing and it's lingering a little too long? We can help. We have a huge audience and they always know we talk about real estate and real estate related stuff. And we're not just saying, isn't this great? We really are. We've been doing this for about 6-7 years now. It's crazy. So talk to your realtors, talk to your agents, and you brokers, reach out to Sherry Lilienfeld and ask her, hey, how can we work together? Second favorite brokers of all time, and that would be Pinky, Miss Margaret Gubernalty.
Pinky and I go way back because I worked for Berkshire Hathaway for 8 years.
And she used to be on the Margate Planning Board too.
Yeah.
That's how I know her name, Margaret Gubernalty. I always thought that was a very cool name. A lot of syllables, but a very cool name nonetheless.
Yeah.
It's almost as tough as saying permeable pavers and pervious places.
Yeah, it's a tongue twister.
And say hi to Pat Moran again, the business admin. He deserves a lot of credit because we kind of beat him up over the past couple of months saying, how come you're not getting this done? He had a baptism by fire,
He was asking for our feedback on the Washington Avenue project, which I do also want to mention because there's a lot of discussion about this. The plan now is to convert it to one-way, Washington Avenue one-way, make bike lanes and do more with the landscaping and the trees, different things, just make it more walkable. There's some issues with the one-way. One of it is if you're one-way, then the traffic that normally goes a certain way in that area is going to go to the next street. You're not going to want to be living on that next street, right? Because trucks and there's deliveries that are done down there. What we suggested was look, keep it two-way and still enhance the streets with the other stuff that you were going to do to make it nicer and prettier and more walkable. Why can't you do that? I know they wanted to do all these bike lanes and things like that, but I don't know. I think that the one way would really cause traffic problems.
Are you saying that this is still up in the air a little bit?
Yes.
Really?
I am. Yes.
Good, 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 good.
You know, people that came to the meetings. Hello, ding, 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 ding. You got to come to the meeting. And they spoke up. One of them was Di Lorenzo, who has the big office complex there on Washington Avenue. You know, he's very upset with this whole thing. And he's talked about getting lawyers and different.
One of the things that Mr. Joe Di Lorenzo said, realtor, as well as a property owner, business owner right there at the corner, right there on Washington Avenue. He said on 2 occasions at 2 meetings, he goes, I never even heard about this issue. Why am I in the dark about it? I'm paraphrasing here. And I think that's because Margate got rid of their email newsletter. They put a lot of time switching all the resources over to Instagram and TikTok, which I don't know who's watching that. Can you do me a favor?
Who am I saying hi to for you now?
In lieu of going up there with a big, kiss and a hug with Mayor Collins and Kathy, but with Maury, let them all know that we greatly appreciate their work and we thank them for having live Zoom video, hopefully starting tonight. Let's all get together. Mr. Mayor, can you get together with Maury? Work together, guys. And is he still in charge of finance? You guys don't look good when you're fighting amongst each other. Don't do that.
That's a valid point.
God bless.
Even where they sit, it's so weird. Like Maury sits all the way to the side, Mayor's in the middle, Commissioner Horn's to his right. I'll let you know. It depends on how much activity there is on the Zoom and everything.
And if you see Steve Baglivo, just ask him how are things going, and see if Mr. McLarnon and Baglivo are looking at each other or staring at each other.
I'm not getting involved in that. That's not my department.
Look, I'm just trying to stir the pot. Just try to stir the pot.
I know you are. Why don't you come to a meeting and do it?
I'll be watching from the brand new Zoom feed here in my luscious abode.
Do they have a link publicized? Do you have the link?
I have no idea. If you can find the time, go up to my good friend, Johanna. She's the city clerk. She would help you with that question of where's the link. Johanna, I know deep down inside she loves seeing emails from me. In the subject line it says Oprah request in big bold letters.
She's like, oh, here it comes again.
but at the very end of my request, very simple request, at the very bottom after my name, I have a smiley face, and that makes it all better. The emoji. you know.
Gotta have the emoji, LOL.
Because Johanna is very good at what she does. Actually, all the city clerks down here are very good at what they do. Yeah. They really are. All right, I got to get out of here. I got things to do, Sherry. My whole life revolves around Sherry Lilienfeld of eXp Realty.